Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series today. We're going to be taking a look at Sohm Hard Mode. Starting off for the trash pulls in here, you'll want to avoid standing next to the air vents as they constantly do AoEs that can damage you. The Chichuyu unit does party-wide damaging abilities that would just need to be healed through. And then also has a large frontal cone ability, along with the mountaintop Myasid also having a frontal cone. For the first boss, he does have a untelevised frontal cone ability that you will want to position him away from the rest of the team to avoid. When he casts inflammable fumes, it would cause party-wide damage that would just need to be healed through. Spore Sac summons mini spores that will explode shortly after whenever he casts this fume ability. So you'll want to make sure you're positioning yourself away from the spore sacs. Excretion will do a single target attack that causes heavy on a target and will just need to be cleansed by your healer. The second time a Spore Sac is cast, there will be one large Spore Sac that will have a much larger proximity-based damage, so you'll want to make sure you're positioning yourself as far away from the large one as possible, while also avoiding the smaller explosions. For the ads in the second area, they will have several circular AoEs that you'll want to move out of. For the Urgerbon and the Netherworms, there will be several line AoEs you'll want to avoid. After the first Netherworm dies, two more will pop out of the ground. For the second boss, you cannot tell me this is not Devil Joe from Monster Hunter, but he has several untelevised AoEs like we've dealt like before. So if he raises his claws, he will do a claw swipe in front of everyone in front of him. So you'll just want to move out from in front. If he raises his tail, then he will do a tail swipe on everyone behind him. So you'll want to move out from behind him. When he does Volcanic Howl, it will just cause party-wide damage that will need to be healed through, and then his abilities from then on will hit extra hard. So the tail swipe will turn into a 360 spin that you'll want to completely back away from him to avoid. When he faces a random party member and lowers his shoulder, he is going to charge in that direction. So everyone will just want to move from in front of him. And then when he grabs his breath facing another random party member, he will spit a fireball. So you'll want to move from the current placement of that person. Also, any of the time that you are hit with any of his abilities, you will be hit with a healing reduction debuff that will severely reduce the amount that your healer will be able to keep you alive. So making sure that you're avoiding these is imperative. The claw swipe in his volcanic form will cause a secondary AoE left in the place where it hits. So you just want to move away from that. His fire spit will now turn into a fire breath that does continuous damage the longer that you're in it. In the next area, there will be several very large AoEs that you'll need to avoid. Also, the Blood of the Mountains casts Torch, which is a large damaging AoE that cannot be avoided. So you'll want to focus them down as soon as they start casting this. It does have a very long cast time, so you should be able to kill them before the casting completes. The Volcano Analas also have circular AoEs that they will target at random party members. For the final boss, Lava Scorpion, I like to pull him to the side of the arena due to some of his abilities later in the fight, but you can take him wherever you would like. Molten Silk is a 270 degree AoE that the safe spot will be behind the boss. He can occasionally turn to perform this ability, so you just want to make sure that you're behind him wherever behind is. When he does Flying Press and jumps into the middle of the room, he will cut off a portion of the outside of the arena and then start summoning AoEs that will drop down onto the platform that you just want to avoid. Deadly Thrust is a single target, heavily damaging ability on the tank, so you just want to pop a tank cooldown and heal through this. When he casts Hiss, he will summon additional adds into the fight. The Scorpion Claws are the ones that you'll want to prioritize, as they will slowly destroy the platform, and then kill the Scorpion Tails next. Realm Shaker is a small circular AoE around the boss that you'll just want to move out of. Later in the fight, when he casts Flying Press, instead of jumping into the center of the arena, he will jump to a targeted party member. This will leave behind a AoE, and that will continuously grow, so you'll want to position it towards the outside of the arena. Later into the fight, Molten Silk will be cast twice in quick succession, and usually with it being in front of the boss and then behind the boss. There will also be a donut AoE that the boss will cast after summoning the second set of ads that you can either move in or away from him to avoid. And this should be it for Sohm hard mode. I hope this helps everyone out. If it does, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch y'all on the next one.